holding tight, can you see it? Streaming the truth live from where they decree it. Sylvia speaks, no filter, no buffer. Courtroom drama couldn't get any tougher.
When the gavel's first bang, to the witness stands tears. Sylvia's lens captures all your hopes and fears. Uploading justice one trial at a time. Tuning every moment, edges sublime.
Welcome to the Sylvia Show, oh yeah. She's got the inside scoop, don't you care? With every verdict, suspense does grow. So hit subscribe, let's start the show. Welcome to the Sylvia Show, oh yeah. She's got the inside scoop, don't you care? With every verdict, the suspense does grow. So hit subscribe, let's start the show. Faces tell stories, the courtroom can't hide. Sylvia's insights cut through the divide. From jury talks to the lawyer's secret. In Sylvia's world, you know you'll need it. Behind the scenes where whispers are loud, her lens reveals the truth in the crowd. Courtroom secrets laid bare to see. Stay curious with Sylvia Spree. Every objection, every sharp retort, Sylvia's there to give you the report. Exclusive footage no one else can snag. From catchy headlines straight to the tag. Welcome to the Sylvia Show, oh yeah. She's got the inside scoop, don't you care? With every verdict, the suspense does grow. So hit subscribe, let's start the show. Welcome to the Sylvia Show, oh yeah. She's got the inside scoop, don't you care? With every verdict, the suspense does grow. So hit subscribe, let's start the show.
Faces tell.
Good morning, guys. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I am so glad you guys are here this morning. For some strange reason, YouTube is not sending my stuff out. So if you can you share this on your social media, because it's not going out for some strange reason. I don't know why, but on my other channel it's going out. This channel, my stuff is not going out. I think it's because I'm part of this beta program of theirs, and they're trying some stuff out as far as Google notifications. I mean, Google something, and they're not sending my stuff out because I'm part of this I don't know, this program. But if you can, do me a favor, share this live, share it wherever you can, because it's only 6 people in this chat. No one is getting my notification, and it's not cool at all, because it's only 6 folks in here. 6 folks. I was trying to see if there was a way I can show it, but it's not. And it's been posted for the time for today anyway, and it's not. Hold on. Yeah, it's only 6 people. 10 now. Share. Let me see if I can share it on my Let me share it on my Twitter, my X. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can share this live. Just bear with me as I share it. Let me put my little wait music on. Hold on. Because there's some people who wanted me to tell them when I came on. Hold on.
Sylvia in that courtroom grind. All day long she's making time. Notes in hand, she's got the plan. Comes home late, shines like a star. Yeah, she's here to break it down. Justice found without a frown. In our chat with hearts so true, Sylvia's magic comes right through. Feel it, baby, feel the light. brings the light in the day. Slide it slyly, can't deny. Sylvia knows just how to fly. All I want, she melts away, bringing soul to every day. Feel it, baby, feel the glide. Soulful notes on the inside. Sylvia's truth makes us sway. All night long we groove and play. Feel it, baby, feel the glide. Soulful notes on the inside. Sylvia's truth makes us sway. All night long we groove and play. Groove and play.
All right, let's see. We got 12 folks up in here. Hold on a second, y'all. I don't know what's going on my channel. Okay, now it's showing it's live. Hold on. Share. How can I share it to X? Okay, I just posted it to X. Okay, I think I shared it enough. All right. 1 second. 1 second. Let me share it to Facebook. Let me copy. Share Facebook. Okay, there we go. Okay, let's share it someplace else. Just bear with me a second, y'all. Okay, I think I shared it enough places. Okay, I think that's it. Let me see if I share it on. see. Let's see if I can share it on IG. Just a second, no. All right, just 1 second, y'all. Okay, I think. All right, let's go. Good morning, everybody. Again, good morning, good morning, good morning. How is everyone doing this morning? It is Sunday, March 29th. March is almost over. Can you believe that? All right. Okay, y'all, let's go ahead and get started. I know everyone, I'm not going to be that long. I just want to bring some updates of what's happening and regarding to the case. I've been covering the case of Georgia versus Samuel McDuffie in the child M case. You guys know, YouTube and certain location do not want you to say those words. So if you guys can, it's a child M case. It's like more of an essay type of case. I'm going to give you a little bit of history on what happened, what occurred. On May 20th, 2023, it is alleged that Mr. Samuel McDuffie did some inappropriate things with his two grandchildren, ages 3 and age 1, according to the mom of the children. Shelby McDuffie is the mom. Mr. McDuffie, Samuel McDuffie, and Shelby did not have a good relationship. They did not get along, and their relationship was very turmoil. And a lot of it was going back and forth, but they were cordial to each other, according to Miss Shelby's statement on the stand. And which she made some accusation based on something she alleged her child told her. The trial started last week, and in the midst of the trial, they played some videos and they played some recordings that was captured by Miss McDuffie. Mr. Steele and Mrs. Steele are the ones who are the attorneys for the defendant, Mr. McDuffie, Samuel McDuffie. And last week, that we had testimonies from Shelby McDuffie, testimony from the supervisor of the investigation, the one who took photos of the location of where the alleged crime occurred. We had testimony from Chris McDuffie, which was the defendant's son. And we had 2 experts. One was the supervisor of children forensic interview, They're the one who do a lot of like the child play of the incidents of what happened and trying to get information from the child, get the child's story itself. And also you had the expert testimony of the forensic nurse, the nurse that took the examination, the physical examination of the child, of 2 children, the youngest child and the oldest one. This happened 3 years ago. The children are all older. All the children are at least 3 years older now. What has conspired in the trial so far is not exactly as it seemed. You know, when I first heard about this case, I was livid. I was all the way on one side, and that was the side of what was being told by the parent and what I read in the indictment. But since the trial has started, there are some things that shows there is some obvious misleading information. And when we listen to the audio tape, you can hear the parent, Shelby, kind of leading the child in what to say and providing reward to the child and some of the things. No. Remember, the nurse only did Shelby and not Shelby. The nurse only did Addie and did what's her name? Emerson. I'm talking about the nurse. I'm not talking about the forensics interviewer. I'm talking about the nurse. The nurse did those 2, but the forensic interviewer did the cousin and Emerson. So I'm not talking about that. I was talking about the nurse. I mean the forensic nurse. That's the one I was talking about. Now I'm going back to the supervisor of the forensics interviewer. The forensic interviewer, she interviewed Emerson, which is the oldest child, and she also interviewed the cousin, which she's a few months older than Emerson. In the audios that we listened to in court, we listened to quite a few audios. I think it was about 4 or 5 audios altogether. One of them they listened to multiple times. One of the audios, which was the one that was done most recent within the past couple of months, right? Where I think it was the month of this month, March. They did another interview, which Emerson and Addie are older, and Emerson and Addie are older, so you can hear Addie talking in the background while Shelby, the mom, is trying to get Emerson to put some stuff in the audio, and so she's asking leading questions and trying to get Emerson to say what supposedly occurred. So in the audio, you can hear her say that Emerson needs to go ahead and start over because she was not recording at the time. So she wanted Emerson to state what they talked about before she started recording again. So in the audio, we're going to stick with the audio right now. In the audio, you hear her asking different things and then trying to make it into something that was said previously before the audio came on. And one of the questions that the defense side asked, where is the other tape where's the totality of the audio instead of where this part, because there's some things that you're saying that were said prior to this, but we don't have that information. We don't have the facts that this was said by the by Emerson. All we hear is basically what you're saying, trying to get her to say what she said before. So, and it was requested that she provide them her cell phone, and she refused to provide the cell phone to the defense side. So the defense argument is, how do we know the child said this prior to what you're saying right now? Okay. The whole case is basically more of, did this actually happen to the children, or is it a mom having so much fear the possibility of this happening to her children? And I can understand where she's coming from, because I believe that there is some trauma within her life, and that is why she's very vigilant about protecting her children, which she does have a right to protect her children by all means necessary. But the problem that I have with all of this is, you got to be darn sure that this actually happened. And she didn't do the proper protocol of her getting the truth out. Meaning, here's what I'm saying. When this supposedly occurred on that Saturday, May 20th, 2023, instead of waiting 5 days later to report this, she should have reported immediately, the same day, same time she got home. So there would be an evidence preserved for a true factual investigation, meaning that they could have collected DNA in the child's underwear. They could have collected DNA in the child's body. It could have did a lot of things, because when you wait past that 5-day window, you don't have concrete evidence. You get what I'm saying? So instead, and then the thing is, there are some things that did not match up to what she is saying and what is being alleged. Like, for example, what I mentioned the other day, I mentioned that when Emerson's father went down to the barn to go get the girls, Emerson had to use the bathroom, right? And in fact, Emerson did use the bathroom, because her dad took her to like the side in the corner to go use the bathroom, right? And in her going to the bathroom, he never said that Emerson was complaining about her how you say that? Her tootie was hurting. She never mentioned her tootie was hurting, because if that was the case, Chris would have definitely addressed that situation with his spouse, right? And there was nothing. I mean, he said he shook her, he shook her to, when she finished, taking care of her business, right? And her underwear was pulled up and everything. That was a time for him or her to be able to get an investigation done, because they would have gotten a kit, and that kit would have got all the DNA that was on her body at the time. So the child never said anything to the dad, right? So, and then the other thing too, you gotta also remember, based on the mom's testimony on the stand, she mentioned that her child always had some sort of urinary tract infection, not wiping correct and things like that. And she had some yeast infection as well. So because of poor cleaning, they said children that age usually have poor hygiene because they don't know how to wipe themselves correctly. They'll sometimes have fecal matters going inside the JJ part and stuff like that. So therefore, her child was having certain things, and that she said when she checked her daughter's private part, she saw it was red and it was swollen. And you got to remember, she went to the bathroom. Her dad did not have the right equipment to wipe her, and he shook her, pulled her underwear up. So you don't know what kind of like moisture and things that was left that would cause her to have the swelling and the what do you call it, the irritation in her JJ, right? Shelby did not tell her husband Chris until that Monday. This supposedly happened on Saturday afternoon, because it was during lunchtime. Saturday afternoon, supposedly this happened, and it was supposedly, and they were there at the home at the time supposedly this happened. Okay. Then she didn't take the child until 5 days after this incident, on the 25th of May, supposedly. Okay. There was time that passed by, and there was a lot of things that was, I don't know. It's hard, because you have to believe your children. You have to believe if they say something, but you got to be careful of doing the investigation or the interviewing yourself, because you want the child to tell you what happened, not you leading the child of what you're fearful of what could happen. Okay. We heard from Shelby, who gave the whole. She was the longest witness up on that. She was there for 2 days. You heard her testimony, and you heard the recordings of her leading her child of question. You hear her giving her ice cream, popsicle, whatever it was that she was eating. I didn't see what it was, but you can hear them eating it, and you hear her having the kitten. I don't know if it was a gift that was given to her at the time, but the little kitten was there. I mean, it was just like reward type of thing. And then you hear the mom saying certain things, and it was like, okay, this doesn't fit right. And then in the interview, when they asked Emerson, did anyone touch your tootie, whatever, as far as the papa, she said no. She said no. But the interviewer said that sometimes children won't reveal that kind of information. So that's why they do a lot of child play and things like that, to get their mind off of it, so then they can reveal some things. And they were saying how she was very articulate, and we watched a video of her interview. Based on the information that I saw, and I'm not an expert, right, but I have had some training in trauma of SA victim of children. One of the things they taught us in class is how to approach it. You never ask the children questions. You just observe, and you take record of everything that's happening, how the child reacts to certain things and things like that. You just keep a paper and pen around, and you just notate everything that you see. Things that's odd, the reaction to certain things. If the door closed, if they don't want the doors to unclose, if they don't want this, and they cry, if they hear a person's voice, or they shut down. Those are the things that you need to pay attention to and write down. Any kind of sporadic change in the child's behavior and things like that, how they respond to certain things, so, and respond to certain people, are they very clingy, or they, just things like that. Okay, Kobe's trying to get my attention, y'all. This dog. But anyway, so that's basically what happened with that. I mean, you guys can ask me a question, because I'm trying to remember, trying to put it all in one. But So you had a total of 6 people. You had the supervisor of the collecting evidence. You have Shelby. You had Chris. You had uh, Jasmine, and then you had what was the last person name? Christine, I think. Christine, who is the nurse. You had those individuals come back, but then also you have, which they finish with. The state finished with the examination of Christine, but right now you have Colette, which is Mr. Steele's wife, who's doing the cross-examination of the nurse, and she's basically talked about the nurse's credential. That's where she's at right now. She's with discussing the nurse's credentials and whether or not she had peer reviews and things like that. So if you guys want more information now, you can go look at the last video that I did on that. Okay. This week should be very interesting because the state is supposed to rest, but they do have, I think, 2 witnesses for them to do. I think Janet, which is Samuel's wife, McDuffie's wife, Janet McDuffie, she's on the list as being pulled for the state as a witness. Just because the state has a person as a witness doesn't mean that that person is for them on their side. It's just that the state pulled them as a witness first, because it's their case. There's them that has to prove their case, so they can pull off anybody, and then they can pull hostile witnesses and things like that. The children and the grandparents no longer have relationship. They have not talked to the grandparents in a while, and that's because part of the part of the bond condition is that for him not to have any contact with them. Right, that's part of bond condition. I can bring that up to you guys. Hold on, let me pull it up so you guys can see his bond condition. Hold on a second, y'all. I'm gonna bring some of these things up for you guys. Hold on a second. His bond condition says he's been on bond since June 13, 2023. Hold on a second, just 1 second. It's pulling up. This thing be taking too long. There we go. It takes forever for this. Hold on. This is one of the items that they did show in court, his bond condition. Okay, it says, after hearing from parties on Thursday, June 22nd, 2023, specifically the Honorable Assistant District Attorney Bruce Boggs, Esquire, represented the state and by and through the Banks County District Attorney's Office, as well as the Honorable Walter Harvey, Esquire, and Brian Steele, counsel for defendant, Mr. Samuel McDuffie. This Honorable Court hereby grants defendant's motion for bond as follows. Number 1, $35,000 bond, total bond. No contact, direct or indirect, with any state witnesses who are known to defendant and or defendant's counsel. So no one that's part of this case, with the exception of his wife, can be can he have direct contact with. He can't have no contact with anybody as supposedly witness, right? And then number 3, no unsupervised contact with any children under the age of 16. No contact with any children unsupervised, any children under the age of 16. And number 4, no contact, direct or indirect, with defendant's son, okay, daughter-in-law, and their children. And no contact, direct or indirect, with defendant's daughter, son-in-law, and their children. So he couldn't have contact with Emerson, Ada, and what's the other one's name? What's the other baby's name? Ariel. Couldn't have any contact with them, the son or the son-in-law or the daughter-in-law. Okay. And then he must surrender his passport to his counsel. Defendant's counsel argued on Thursday, June 22nd, 2023, bond hearing that the above reference warrant are fatally defective. Should new warrants be sought, this honorable court discourages the rearrest or repossessing of defendant. Okay, so it's just in case somebody decide to rearrest him again, they can't do it. So because the attorneys addressed that. And he says it is hereby ordered and adjudicated that this bond order will apply to any new warrant for the same charges as in the potentially fatal defective warrant, and no additional hearing are needed concerning bond in that situation. So that's what the judge put into effect. So that was why he could not have any contact with any other family members, any children, or anything like that. Okay. So this week, the state is supposed to be arrested. Sorry, y'all. Sorry, y'all. Something went up. My phone. So that's basically it. Good morning, Keith. How are you? All right, guys. I am about to get off this live. And I am going to meet up with Miranda. And I will see you guys later. Is there any question? So this week, the defense is going to come up. And defense have about 37 people on their list of witnesses. I don't know if they're going to call all of them. But I do know they're going to call 2 expert witnesses, okay? One is coming out of Florida. I want to discuss him for a second because I went and checked out his credentials, and I wanted to give you guys some 411 on this particular witness. And this witness, hold on a second, let me just pull it up 1 second. Just 1 second to give you his name and everything. This witness, his name is Dr. Matthew A. Siebel. He is a certified board pediatrician based out of Orlando, Florida, right? With over 45 years of experience in the medical field. He is currently affiliated with the Arnold Palmer Hospital. You know, we always want to drink Arnold Palmer, right? Arnold Palmer. That is the lemonade and tea. Well, Arnold Palmer has got a hospital in Florida. And he also is associated with the Orlando Health Regional Medical Facility, okay? He earned his medical degree from the University of Florida College of Medicine. He did his residencies back in 1983, y'all. He's board certified, and he has a certificate from the American Board of Pediatric in General Pediatric, right? And then he holds an active medical license. He specializes, here's his specialty. He specializes in child protection. Since 1985, Dr. Siebel has worked extensively with child abuse teams. Okay. He also served as an academic professor. He's a faculty member of the Tallahassee Memorial Hospital Family Practice. Okay. So he has a lot of he has done some reviews and things like that. So he has extensive okay, I was reading that. He has extensive experience and expertism. Let me stop if that's a word. In the child protection. Hold on a second. Okay, hold on. So he is one of the people that is going to talk in regarding to the he's going to be expert to kind of debunk some of the stuff that was said by that other lady. That's why Colette is kind of bringing out her in experience. She might have the years of experience, but as far as the peer reviews and things that would kind of make you a little stronger. All of them cost money to testify, Danny. All of them. Oh, he costs more money. But that lady, those two ladies, they had to pay them too. Nobody comes up there with as an expert without paying them. They all get paid. God, they all get paid. They all get paid. Not one person goes up there without being paid. And they pay for their flight and all. They all get paid, Danny. All of them cost money to testify. Every single last one of them. I haven't seen not one expert come there without being paid. Ask Cardi B. Her experts that came there, they had to get paid too. One was paid $400 and something dollars, or $600 something dollars an hour. $600 and something dollars an hour just to sit there for a couple of hours. It was like $7,000 that Cardi B had to pay, or $10,000, something like that. So, yeah, that's why in Frost's case, remember they didn't bring out no witness because Frost didn't have money. They didn't have money to bring experts. That's why I say it's better to be a guilty rich person than a poor innocent person. I'm not saying the man is guilty. I'm just saying that money pays you the best kind of defense. You can get all the experts and different people to help your case out. People don't understand the importance of having the finances to be able to hire good defense lawyer. Even if you're super, super innocent, y'all. But some of the dirty tactic that certain prosecutors do, you have to have money to counter fight that thing. This is true. That's it. Gloria, isn't it a shame? Isn't it a shame, Gloria? Hey, Gloria, isn't that a shame? It's a shame. It's really sad that, being financially strapped does not help you, even if you are innocent, because the tactic that some of these prosecutors use, because I've seen them blatantly lie, y'all. I've seen some prosecutors just this prosecutor, he's pretty cool, right? He's not as bad as some, but you could tell they're not telling the truth in the case. You could tell because he's he does wordplay, and it's all psychology with him. He'll say certain things, but not say it. You get what I mean? He'll say it, but not say it. He'll imply. Here it is. He'll use implying words without directly saying, because then he don't want to be caught providing false information. So he'll say things like would put in your mind the idea without actually saying it. Because I watched what he said as far as whether or not they had actual evidence of Mr. Samuel doing certain things. You know, because it's like that lady. She did not put it in her report that her conclusion. She just put down what her observation, what she saw, and what was actual scientific information. She didn't put out from my examination of thing. I conclude that this will happen. She didn't do that. He had her to say it in her testimony, not on record. Because her testimony definitely on record, because she said in her opinion, right? But she didn't have the experience to even give that because there was no peer review. But see, if you have regular layperson jurors, they're not going to hear that. They're going to hear the layman's regular people thinking type of stuff. You get what I mean? So once that person throw that out there, you can't take it back because it's still planted in those jurors' mind. You get what I mean? It's still planted in those jurors' mind. They're not going to say, oh, but it's not in her report. They're not going to say, they're going to remember what she said if they took notes. Some people take notes and put down what that person says. But there are people who go by what the document says. And some people don't understand how to read those medical terms and stuff like that. They don't know it unless you have a doctor on the juror who can explain certain things to the people. So it's different. But tomorrow I'll be back at the trial. It starts at 9:00. We got to go to a different courtroom because the courtroom we were in, they switching it to another courtroom. So and this case has had 3 different judges in it. I didn't know that. Because the judge that gave bond is a different judge from the judge that gave the motion. There was a different judge with the motion. These last few motion was done by this judge, Judge Carlton. What's his name? Carlton. What's just the judge's last name? Oh, I gotta go through my notes and see what was this judge's name. Judge Carlton H. Jones III. That's who's the judge on this right now is. Because when I was trying to do my Rule 22, there was a different judge, and I'm like, which judge is this? All right, y'all. So that's basically it. All right, guys, I gotta go. I'll check you guys later. I'll see y'all later. Bye, guys.
Thank you for watching the infamous Sylvia channel, where laughter and fun make up our panel. Together we build this digital spree. We appreciate you and our growing family. With mods by our side and chat flowing free in this online space. It's just you and me. We laugh until tears roll down like the rain. And this virtual world, you ease all my pains. We're family, not just a show. Every click and comment makes us grow. Minds in check, keeping the vibe so right. Together we shine like stars in the night. We cherish the moments, the highs and lows, from the latest gossip to stories untold. You're more than a viewer, you're part of the crew in this space of ours. It's all because of you. This digital world where emotion is shared, every post and reaction showing we care. The love is real in this virtual domain. With every sign, enjoys what we'll gain. We're a family, not just a show. Every click and comment makes us grow. Minds in check, keeping the vibe so right. Together we shine like stars in the night. We're a family, not just a show. Every click and comment makes us grow. Minds in check, keeping the vibe so right. Together we shine like stars in the night. This digital world where emotion is shared, every post and reaction showing we care. The love is real in this virtual domain. With every sign, enjoys what we'll gain. We're a family, not just a show. Every click and comment makes us grow. Minds in check, keeping the vibe so right. Together we shine like stars.